All right, good evening, everybody. On behalf of the MRC91 Repeater, I'd like to welcome all to the Wednesday night Elmer Net on October 23rd, right? Yeah, at 7 p.m., 2024. My name is Jim, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, and I'm located in Waukesha, and I will be acting as your net control operator for tonight's net. Licensed amateurs, technicians class and higher are encouraged to check in either with or without traffic. Before we start tonight's net, however, if you should have an emergency during this net, please stop and let us know and we will handle your emergency. Traffic for this net means questions, comments, problems, or news about computers or other technical devices or ham radio equipment in general. Questions about new digital modes or thinking about getting a new radio? Let's see if someone can help you out. However, please note we will not accept traffic offering to distribute copyrighted programs. If you're looking to buy, sell, or trade anything, we suggest you check out the 9-1 Repeater on Sunday nights directly after the Sunday night announcement net for the swap net, where that type of traffic is encouraged. Let me break real quick. All right, getting started. Check-ins are in alphabetical segments based on the first letter following the numeral in your call sign. Mobile stations may ignore the roll call segment and check in at any time when it's safe to do so. During check-ins, please respond with your call sign slowly and in standard phonetic along with your first name and whether or not you have traffic. Again, my name is Jim, KT9G, your net control operator for this evening. We'll go ahead and check for any mobile or short time stations first. Mobile or short time, go ahead, come now please. All right, hearing none, we'll go ahead and I did get one over AIM here. Dan, KD9YJJ, go ahead, give me a roger, roger.
Roger, roger.
All right, perfect, got you on there. All right, let's start with the first chunk here, A alpha through K kilo. A alpha through K kilo, either with or without traffic. Go ahead, come now please.
Kilo Alpha Niner, Juliet Bravo Delta. Mike and Muskego, no traffic, but if I hear something I'm interested in and want to respond in, I'll jump in. Back to you, Jim, K9JBD.
Yeah, KA9JBD, got you on there. Perfect, thanks for coming in. All right, anyone else? A alpha through K kilo.
Kilo Delta 9, Juliet Tango, India, Craig. Whiskey 9, Golf Tango, Zulu, Jim.
All right, KD9JTI, Greg, and W9GTZ, Jim, got you both on there. Anyone else? A alpha through K kilo.
KB9PRC, Matt.
This is Whiskey 9, Alpha Bravo Echo, Rich, no traffic.
All right, Whiskey 9, Alpha Bravo Echo, Rich, I got you with no traffic. There was a call station before that. I got Kilo Bravo 9, Papa Romeo Zulu. I think it might have been a Tango Romeo Zulu. Can you send me a call sign again?
Kilo Bravo 9er, Papa Radio Charlie, Matt, Delafield.
There we go. KB9PRC, Matt, got you on there. All right. Let's open it up a little bit more and keep going. A alpha through V Victor. A alpha through V Victor. Go ahead. Come now, please.
N3 NRO, November 3, November Romeo Oscar, Gina out of West Dallas.
Kilo Alpha 9, Mike Bravo Mike.
All right, N3 NRO, Gina got you on there, and KA9MBM, Mike got you on there. Anyone else? A alpha through V Victor. All right, let's do A alpha through Z Zulu. Anybody within the sound of my voice, either with or without traffic, go ahead. Come now, please. All right, let's do one more. Anybody for the Wednesday net, Elmer net, before we go ahead and get started? A alpha through Z Zulu. Come now, please. Okay, hearing none, we'll go ahead and get started. First, just another announcement to follow up. We are recording these nets now, so this will be the second week of recorded nets, and I did speak to Corey, HCW, KB9HCW. He will be updating the website to allow me to upload these to the website. You can listen to or download from there. So when that's ready, I will make an announcement and let you know, but I will backfill all of the recordings for all of the nets when that's ready. So that's going to be a fun feature for those who missed the net. You can go on and download it and listen to it. As far as for topics tonight, I actually have a couple. With the severe weather down south, one of my favorite topics to always chat about is emergency communications and bug-out bags and things like that. But a subsection of that is handhelds. I don't know if I've ever actually asked for a temperature check, as it were, on what everybody runs as their handhelds and what they like and dislike about theirs, or if they have multiple and what their favorite is. The reason I think this is a good question is because it will help out a lot of new hams as well, because that's one of the first things that a tech license new to the radio hobby will get. They'll get their hands on an HT. So I know that Baofangs off Amazon are usually a first-time grab thing. TYT devices, also cheap and effective. And then you can move up in the world and get a little bit more fancy with the Yaesu or ICOMs or the Anytones. And kind of keep crawling up from there in price. So bang for buck is a good selling point. Feature rich is another good selling point. Maybe just pay now, cry now once, right? And pay once, cry once kind of thing. So I'd love to hear everybody's takes on what HTs that they run and what they like. Another topic will be the bands that aren't used very often, 220 and 23 centimeters. As just to make this announcement, today I got off the phone with HRO. Let me reset real quick. I got off the phone with HRO, and I just ordered myself a spool of Elmer 600, like 3/4 inch thick, low loss for 23 centimeters, and a GP21, which is a vertical 8-foot, 14.8 dB gain, omnidirectional 23 centimeter antenna, and I hope to really get more people excited on that. So one of the things I'd love to ask is there anybody listening who has 23 centimeter capabilities? And would they be interested in experimenting a bit more with a couple of others in this area to play around with some more 23 centimeter stuff? I'm getting set up for it because I want to make use of that on the 9700. As usual, any other questions that you have for the Elmer net and for everybody else on the net, go ahead and throw them out. But those are some things that I'd love to hear about today. So with that, we'll go ahead and bring it up to the top of the list here, and we'll kick it off with KD9YJJ. Dan, go ahead. Floor is yours.
KD9YJJ. Good evening, everybody. As far as the HT, I'm actually talking on mine right now. It's a Yaesu FT65R. I bought it about a year and a half ago at HRO. They were, at the time, about $89. I think the last time I went to HRO, I think they were about $109. But that was just their regular price. They do run them on sale and stuff every now and then. I like the radio. It's just analog. It's a 2 meter, 70 centimeter radio. I kind of wish I would have waited maybe and spent a little bit more money and got something that does digital. They got some real nice handheld HT digitals that are out there. So if you're thinking about getting into Wires X or some of the other stuff that's available, that might be something to keep in mind when you're looking at it if you haven't bought a HT yet or have one. So that's kind of my take on that. I like the radio. It does what I need it to do. It's easy to use, easy to program. So all those things are good about it. As far as 23 centimeter, haven't gotten into it, haven't really thought about it. So I'll go ahead and pass it back to Net Control, KD9YJJ.
WI9MRC Repeater.
All right, KD9YJJ, KT9G, Net Control. No, sounds good. And yeah, that's a decent radio, and the price point's not bad on it for what it can do and everything. One of the things to keep in mind with an HT, especially if you're trying to prepare for a bug out bag or you need to, have an emergency setup, is field programmability. Any tones or the more fancy DMR radios or digital radios are usually a lot more complicated and require a bit more finagling to get it programmed on the field. So if you're out in the field and you need to program a new repeater in because you've met up with someone and they have a repeater that's nearby that you don't have and you want to put it in your radio, you gotta know how to do that. So with an Anytone, you might not have your computer with the chirp or not chirp or whatever the program Anytone uses, or if you've got a Baofeng and you don't know how to program it manually and you don't have chirp with you, what are you going to do? So knowing how to program it in the field is an important piece to practice. So easy programming is a good pro or con if it's part of the list. So thanks for your feedback on that. All right, KD9JTI, Greg, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Thank you. K9JTI. Let's see, for handheld, what I have is a Yaesu FT5D. I traded something else for it. So, I didn't miss it, whatever, but I do like that. I was thinking about buying one, but I sure did not want to pay that price. At the time, they were going for $4.99. And, anyway, but besides being a VHF, UHF, FM, it's also C4 FM, and it does AM and FM broadcast bands, and of course it does your ear frequencies and all that stuff. It's kind of funny. I was looking at the YouTube videos, and there was a guy that suggested that getting a second battery, even the charger, the quick charger, was way overpriced getting it from Mizu, and he picked the one up from Amazon. So I clicked on his link, reset, clicked on his link, and Yaesu one is like I think it was $40 for the charger, or $48 for the battery. And I got both things, the battery and the charger at Amazon for like $29.95. Works beautifully. And really, you can't tell the difference between either batteries. They look absolutely identical. Even the stickers. Oops, anyway. I was also going to mention to you, Jim, that I put on a Debian on one laptop and what is that? Fedora on another laptop, and I hate to say it, but boy, am I impressed with that Fedora. K9JTI, back to you.
Yeah, KD9JTI. Yeah, thanks for the info. And then Fedora is a good operating system. I like Fedora. I like running it for servers because it's lightweight. If you get the server mode or whatever. Although the server ones are pretty lightweight, but Fedora is not bad. Okay, W9GTZ. Jim, go ahead. Floor is yours.
I guess I don't have much to add on the handhelds as I don't have one. I'm not sure if I want one. I thought about it. I guess there's a few cases where it might be nice to use, but at this time I don't have one. Just a quick question. Was anybody at POTA Sunday, Jim? Whiskey 9 Golf Tango Zulu.
Yeah, Whiskey 9 Golf Tango Zulu. I tried calling you a couple times over the radio while I was on my way there because I was running late. I didn't get there until about 1:30. So if you showed up before that, I wasn't there yet, and I don't think Dave made it out. I couldn't get a hold of him, and I didn't find him when I got there. So he might have shown up and stayed for a while and then left, or he didn't make it out. So I ended up staying there only till about 3, because I didn't see anybody and no one was coming out, and the park was packed. There was tons of people, so it was a little cluttered, and so I just decided to pack up after making a couple of contacts, and the 20-meter band was also, the bands were just clogged. Like I couldn't find a spot to sit on without someone coming in and taking over and jumping on top of me and not hearing me when I was like, hey, I'm here. They didn't hear me, so they just kept squawking over me, so I had to leave. So I'll throw it back to you to respond. I'm sorry if you came out and didn't find me, or if you came out before I was there. Go ahead.
WI9MRC. Yeah, I was there earlier. I got there, I guess about 12:30, and drove through the parking lots maybe two or three times and looking for somebody, and didn't see anybody, and finally gave up and headed home. But maybe next time we'll make it. It should have been a beautiful day to do it. I just didn't want to set up all alone and not know where anybody was, if somebody else was somewhere else or what have you.
Well, you do know that a perfect situation for a handheld would have been right then. Oh, I'm sorry. But no. Okay, yeah, sounds good. We'll get it planned. We'll get the one planned for November here soon. It'll be early in the month because I'm out. I'll be gone for a week, and I've got some weekends planned already. So we'll get it planned, and I'll announce when we do it. All right, KB9PRC, Matt, go ahead. Floor is yours.
KB9PRC, thank you very much. I have a couple of interesting things to add, and I will first mention the HT that I use. I bought this from Whiskey Bravo 9, Bravo Whiskey Papa, Dave DeBebo. This is an ICOM India Charlie Zulu 1 Alpha, and I bought this from him probably 20, almost 30 years ago, and the batteries are cooked, so there's that. But anyways, I'm going to be putting that back into service, and I got a couple other interesting things to share, but I just want to throw that out there that this ICOM is what I'm using, and I got to find the manual and relearn how to use it. LOL.
Okay, yeah, sure. Did you want to continue on with the other comments you wanted to make, or did you want to wait for the second round? Go ahead.
Thanks, KB9PRC here. Actually, so just a brief commentary. This is my first time on the air, back on the air, in about 20 years. I was a fairly long time, well, not long, but long enough member of the MRAC, and one of the members there, Jerry, W9 Charlie Golf Echo, Whiskey 9 Charlie Golf Echo, helped me build a J-pole antenna, which I am using right now. And first time for this equipment to be back on the air. Actually, I'm using a Linco Model 110 attached to a base power supply here at my house in Delafield. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, KB9PRC. That sounds good. I'm glad the antenna's working for you. You're a little quiet, but not too bad. I can definitely understand you and pull you out. So I don't know how much power you're running. I think you said you're in Delafield, but you're sounding good. So the only thing I'd see if you can up your wattage just a little bit and see if that helps. But besides that, you're sounding good. All right, N3NRO. Gina, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Good evening, everybody on the net. I actually have two HTs. I have a Antitone that I use because I still keep in touch with friends through DMR, and then I use it at work, too, for our internal radio system. But I also have a Yaesu FT5D, which, wow, there's so much on that thing. I'm still trying to figure it all out. Anyhow, that's what I use, but I use my Antitone mostly because I'm still learning the Yaesu, and I got that from my brother's wife after he passed away. And I do have a question regarding shark hamsticks and 3NRO back to net.
Okay, sure, N3NRO. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about that HT. And I think someone else mentioned they had that too, and I've seen other people carry it around, so I know it's a good one. But yeah, go ahead. What's up with what's your questions on the Hamsticks? Go ahead.
Well, I want to get on HF, and I kind of know what I'm doing here, but yet I don't know what I'm doing because I got a Yaesu DX10, and I'm not sure how to measure. I got a whole set of shark sticks from my brother, and some of them had their whips connected to them. Other ones they didn't. They were all just laying in the case. So therefore, I'm not sure. Does it matter which whip you use, let's say with the 20 meter? Can you use either whip as long as you get the proper length you're supposed to have? I hope that makes sense.
Oh yeah, N3NRO, KT9G net control. So yeah, 90% of the time, those whips that are in those shark sticks are all 36 inches. I think. I'm pretty sure. They're all either 36 or 56, or 36 or 58, or something like that. But they're all the same diameter, they're all the same material, so all that really matters is where you slide it inside and tighten down that hex bolt to tune it to the frequency that you want. The majority of the wire is coiled up inside of the shrink wrap part. So no, you can mix and match those. If there's ones that are longer than the others, those would most likely be dedicated to the bands that have a bigger range so that you can go further out. But you're not going to break anything or hurt anything. Just you can put one on, get it put up at a given length, throw your SWR meter on it, and take a look, and then just move it up or down as needed, and you'll get to where you need. So, no, there shouldn't be a problem at all with interchanging those. I'm pretty sure all of the whips are pretty standard, or at least within enough tolerance that it's just designed to get you within the whole band. So it shouldn't be a problem at all. All right, that brings us down to the last one here. And then if anybody has any experience with that, I have two Hamsticks. I have a 6 meter and a 20 meter, and I've interchanged them. The 20 meter one is longer than the 6 because the amount that you move it up and down doesn't matter. No, it's the other way around. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm rambling here. K9MBM. Mike, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Yeah, KT9G, KT9MBM. I'm going to say hello to everybody in the net. Yeah, I don't have any Hamsticks, but Jim, I believe you're on the right track there. It sounds like it would be feasible. Yeah, and I have an Anytone, let's see, what is that thing? It's a D878UV. It's 2 meters, 70 centimeters, and it's got DMR on it. Can do transmit analog APRS. And it can receive receive and transmit digital APRS as well. Kind of it's got GPS on it too. It's kind of a cool thing. I use it for DMR. I got a hotspot at the house here, and I use it for the analog. Also monitoring the police and fire bands, kind of find out what's going on in the area. Let's see, and I have a TYT TH350. It's a tri-bander, just an analog radio, real easy to program by the keyboard or keypad on it. And it does 2 meters, the 220 megahertz band and the 70 centimeter band. And I got some other HTs laying around here that are just monobanders, either 2 meters or 70 centimeters. One of them is a monobander that can also do DMR. 23 centimeters, I got the IC 9700 and 25 feet of Elmer 600 with end connectors, and it goes to a 16-element beam in the attic on a rotator. So back to net control. KT9G, K9MBM.
Check-in.
Yeah, I got a check-in station. Go ahead.
Control, this is Kilo Bravo 9er, Julia Papa November, Paul for check-in.
Kilo Alpha 9er, Juliet Bravo Delta, Mike for recheck, and I'll have traffic.
KB9PRC, map, also with a little bit of traffic.
Kilo Echo 9, Alpha Kilo India, just monitoring tonight, no traffic.
All right, I got a lot there, so let me see if I got this right. KB9JPN, Paul, I got you on there. KA9JBD, I got you marked back with traffic, so I'll pick you up on the next round. KB9PRC, I heard that you have traffic. I'll pick you up on the second swoop here. And then the last call station is Kilo Echo 9 Alpha Kilo India. Was that right? Jacob in Milwaukee? Or did I get that call sign wrong? Go send again.
Roger that, that is correct. Kilo Echo 9, Alpha Kilo India.
All right, perfect. So let me do one more call out and see if there's anybody else listening who'd like to join the Wednesday night Elmer. Go ahead, come now, please. Hey, last call station, I heard you say that you were going to be listen only and that you were on your way to work, but you were really quiet. I couldn't pull out your call sign. That wasn't Wayne, was it?
Roger, roger.
Okay, sounds good. I got you. I'll get you on there. Yeah, I got you on there, Wayne. Thanks. But I got you as no traffic. Okay, perfect. So, all right. So before we go ahead and move on here, I am going to let me pick up the two new guys, and then I will throw my thing out, and then we'll go for round two here. So KB9JPN, Paul, go ahead. Did you just join, or have you been listening? Do you need a topic blurb? Go ahead.
Control, this is KB9JPN. Well, right now I'm working on 555 timers, and they're very versatile. This one that I'm working on has two comparators, discharge transistor, it has another transistor for tied to the supply pin, power supply pin, and it has a bus on there that's 380 bus, but I'm just grateful that I'm learning about 555 timers. So I put them together, and I can put them in a circuit, and I try to work with my hands on the test kit, and I seem to be able to make that circuit work. Just, all it does is flash a red light, but I'm grateful I can do that. I'm 100% service connection disabled, but it's nice to be on the net. That's what I have to say. It's always good to be on the net. Net control, KB9JPN.
Yeah, KB9JPN. Kilo Tango 9 Golf, Net Control. Always happy to have you here, so thanks for coming in. All right, KE9AKI. Jacob, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Oh, sorry. I'm just monitoring tonight. No traffic for me. Just wanted to check in anyway. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, no, you're fine. No worries. Okay. So with that, then we will go up to the top of the list here. Let me, just so that you don't forget your thought, Matt, I will pick you up on the way up to the top if you want to make your quick comment. Go ahead.
KB9PRC, thank you. I changed the power output of my radio. Did that seem to help? Go ahead.
100%. You sound great. Yep. You were sounding so good that I completely forgot that you were quiet before, so thank you for reminding me. But yeah, you sound great now. Thank you. Okay, so up to the top then. Quick comment then from my side as far as HTs. I have kind of a handful of Baofangs. I like keeping them around for emergency situations because if I hand them out in a disaster situation and I don't get it back, I won't be offended or sad. I do have an Anytone UV2, 878 UV2 Plus. I like it, but there are some things that I don't like about it. One of the things is I don't like how short and stocky it is, and it's really fat. It feels weird on my belt. I'd like something with a little bit thinner profile. But besides that, it's a really good radio. Field programmability, not so much. You better have what you need in it. It's a little tedious to get it programmed in the field, but once you've done it a handful of times, it's not too bad. As far as pay once, cry once, the ICOM TH75A, which is like an $800 handheld, absolute beast of a unit. That would be my dream. If I might like get it for Christmas or something. I would love to have that radio. It's a really nice radio. Does a lot of really cool stuff. But I don't think I'm going to buy it right now because I just spent a bunch of money on that 23 centimeter stuff. So maybe for Christmas. We'll see how Christmas season goes. All right, KD9YJJ, Dan, back up to you. Go ahead. Floor is yours.
89YJJ. Well, I'm glad to hear that Greg and Gina have the FT5D Yaesu because that was the next HT I was looking at. I guess it's kind of their top of the line. Kind of do everything type HT. So glad to hear that there's a bunch of them out there, so that makes me feel good. I do have one question about Hamsticks because it's something I'm kind of looking into. I noticed HRO sells this. It's kind of like you can mount 3 Hamsticks on it. You can either stick it in the ground with a spike or put it up on a pole. And it says you can put 3 Hamsticks on it. And from what I'm understanding and reading, because I don't quite understand, is you can put 3 different, say like a 20 meter, 40 meter, 6 meter Hamstick on this mount, but you don't need to switch them to switch between them. And I was just wondering how that works, because I guess I'm a little bit ignorant on it, and I'm kind of interested because I'm thinking of picking up some Hamsticks because it kind of seems like it's a quick and dirty way to go. So KD9YJJ, back to Net Control.
KD9YJJ, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, Net Control. Well, that sounds weird to me. I might have some kind of triplexer in it to do something, I guess. They'd have to be isolated from each other, so there has to be something in there to separate them out. I'm not sure how it knows what's on what when they're interchangeable like that, so I'd have to look at that. That sounds interesting to me. I will say, now I'm not trying to discourage anyone from using Hamsticks, but if your intention is to spend a bunch of money to set it up, I don't know how much that device that you were just mentioning costs. Hamsticks are extremely compromised antennas. You're going to be really limited on both transmit and receive for those things. Now, there are ways to make them better, and they are good in a pinch. They're okay for mobile. If you're wanting to do something POTA-related or portable and you need minimal equipment, it's not a terrible thing. If you're living in an HOA or you're living in an apartment complex, they're also not a terrible option for you to get up on the air. So I'm not discouraging anyone from using them. I'm just trying to set the ground that you're not going to be getting as good of an experience as you could with, say, an end-fed wire or a dipole that you can kind of throw out temporarily or something. So just keep that in mind. So I wouldn't dump too much money into it without doing a little bit more research or playing with it. Now, if you have them, like Gina was saying, she's got them, play with them. You give them a shot, see what you can do. I'm just saying don't expect a lot if you dump a lot of money into it. So I don't know how much that little triplexer device or whatever it is, but just keeping that in mind. So I think you're on AIM. If you could, can you throw a link in the AIM chat for the device that you're talking about? I'd love to look it up. That sounds really interesting, though. I mean, if they're cheap, they might be fun to play with, so who knows. All right, KA9JBD. Michael, go ahead. Floor is yours.
KT9G and the net KA9JBD. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, just comment on the HT thing. I have two brand name HTs, a Yaesu VX150 and a VX170 for 2 meters. But I also have purchased at least 10 of the UV5R Baofangs, given several of them away to family members, especially to monitor the weather nets. So I guess that's about it for now. Back to net K9JBD.
KA9JBD, Kilo Tango 9 Golf. Yeah. The Baofangs, I mean, as much hate as they get sometimes, I always just say, like, you know, bang for buck, emergency situations, literally almost disposable radios. They're perfect. As long as that's your mindset on them when you buy it, right? Like, it's not going to do everything in the world. It's not going to be the fanciest. It's not going to have the highest sound quality, but it's going to get you on the air cheap and fast. So, you know, everything has its purpose, and those definitely have a purpose in your go bags. A couple extra of those in case something breaks or whatever. Throw 1 or 2 of them in a Faraday bag and throw them in your basement in case a nuclear apocalypse happens, and then your EMP won't break those radios. You can use them. That's some prepper stuff right there. Not trying to freak anybody out. All right, KD9JTI. Greg, go ahead. Floor is yours.
KD9JTI, just trying to listen and straighten things out. Don't have anything else really to say. Okay, that was before being okay. Alright, trying to straighten things out on this log. Back to you, Jim, KD9JTI.
KD9JTI, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, net control. No worries. All right, W9GTZ. Jim, go ahead. Floor is yours.
W9GTZ. Well, I don't know if I have anything more to add on the handhelds. I will comment. I made up a antenna for both 15 and 20 meter portable for a portable dipole. It's actually a 15 meter antenna, and then I've got I don't know, it's 4 or 5 feet to add on, that clips onto the end to add on to make it a 20 meter antenna. And in both cases, I'm getting SWSRs of 1 to 2 or less, depending on what part of the frequency. Both of them on the middle of the band, I'm getting probably about a 1.2 or 1.3. So it seemed to work out pretty good, and it really makes a really simple way. I can change over from 15 to 20 meters in probably 3 or 4 minutes is all it would take, by using a couple of Wago connectors to add on the extra wire. W9GTZ, clear.
W9GTZ, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, net control. No, that sounds good. I see now. I wish I would have met up with you at the POTA. I'm sure you brought it. That's pretty cool. That's real nice that you got that set up. 15 was good. 15 was good on the POTA day. There wasn't nearly as many people on it as there were on 20, but nobody. The main reason I left a little bit earlier, like I said, was it was pretty packed. So that picnic area had a lot of people at it, and I was kind of taking up half a table with a bunch of my junk on it. So the other thing that bummed me out, and this is a reminder to everybody who does POTA or whatever, make a checklist. I thought my bag was packed, and then by the time I got there, I had forgotten that I took my USB-A to USB-C adapter out of the bag to use it at home, and I didn't put it back, which means that with one tiny little piece of plastic, I was completely out of luck for doing any digital modes. I couldn't do FT8, I couldn't do JS8, I couldn't do FT4, I couldn't do any of that because I was missing one little piece of plastic. Ugh, so frustrating. So make a checklist, pack your bag the night before, get used to having your list of things that you need to take with you, because that's one of the really good reasons why I like doing POTA, is it reminds me to do those types of things when an emergency hits and you're out in the field and all of a sudden you're like, I don't have the adapter I need to do half the stuff I want to do. And it's like, well, all right, well, you're out of luck now. So just a public service announcement there. So, all right, KB9PRC, Matt, go ahead, floor's yours.
WI9MRC Repeater.
KB9PRC, Matt, are you still with us? Go ahead, floor's yours. Alrighty, I'm not getting Matt there, so I marked him as not heard, and we'll try and come back to him to see if he comes back. So N3NRO, Gina, go ahead, floor is yours.
Well, first of all, thank everybody for the input on the shark sticks. I kind of inherited them from my brother when he passed away. His wife gave them to me. But I also have an NFED, and I live on the fourth floor of an apartment here in West Dallas. And I don't know, I tried the NFED, maybe I need to try something different with it, because the shark sticks, I'd have to take them in, take them out when I want to use them, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking the NFED may be different, might be easier to use, but from what I understand, that I would have to put it up around my living room to make it work. Is that feasible? N3NRO, back to net control.
N3NRO, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, net control. Yeah, so an NFED wire doesn't have to be straight. The electrical length for tuning it is really all that matters. So, yes, you can have that thing zigzag all throughout your apartment all you want. However, keep in mind, the more it zigzags, the more compromised it becomes. And the propagation patterns or the radiation patterns get weird and other stuff happens. So if you are doing that, you might have to test it out and kind of see what you're hearing and what what people are giving you back as signal reports. FT8 might be a really good way to test that, because you'll get signal reports and you'll know their location really quickly once you got your SWR good. And then you can move it around. Have it go through the corners of a room, or have it go outside and up or somewhere or wherever you want. So that is an option. But also keep in mind, on certain HF bands, depending on how much power you run, it's going to interact with a lot of stuff in your house or in your apartment. You'll hear things buzzing and whatnot, especially if you're nearby it. I think when I run 75 watts on, 10 meters? If I do 10 meters in my house, my sound system in my other room buzzes really intensely, and one of my kids' piano toys starts going off randomly. It's really funny. So that is just something to keep in mind. The more it moves around, the more compromised it kind of becomes and whatever, but it's definitely worthy giving a shot. I have heard some people up on higher floors throwing the wire outside and draping it, getting it over into a tree or something just temporarily, and then pulling it in when you're done. There was someone who did that, and I think within like a week they got yelled at. So they stopped doing it or whatever. So, I mean, the Hamstick in your situation might really be your better bet, but you can play with both and kind of see how it goes. It's just a lot of trial and error on that. But FT8 would be a good way to test your signal reports, because you'll get those back automatically from anyone that hears you. So So that's good. Otherwise, you can use JS8 because you can send heartbeats out, and people will send you back signal reports on that too. But they don't give you your grid square when they do that, so it's hard to know exactly how far away they are. Okay. We're 45 after already. Man, we've got a lot of people on the net tonight, so I'm trying to burn through here. KA9MBM, Michael, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Yeah, this is KE9MBM returning here to the net. Just listening, working on some projects here and listening to everybody. The station that had the question about the Hamsticks for different bands on the same pole or connection on there. What will happen is that it'll be a multi-band Hamstick, and the RF will utilize the sticks that are resonant for that band. So you could theoretically have 2 or 3 bands hooked together there on the same pole using the same coax connector, but the RF will find its way to the resonant pair. That's how that works. Jim, I'm going to throw it back to you. And to be all honest, Jim, I don't have too much here, so I'm going to make this my 73 round, and we'll talk to you tomorrow at our usual QSO, Jim. KT9G, K9MBM. I'm going to say 73s here.
Okay, yeah, KA9MBM, KT9G, net control. Yeah, 73s, have a great night. Yeah, I just got the information from KD9YJJ, sent it over on AIM. It is the MFJ 1938TP, and from the looks of it, it is literally just 3 3/8 by 24 sockets connected to a metal plate. So they all are electrically connected. There's nothing in between them. So you're probably right. It's just taking the path of least resistance to the most resonant antenna. Might have to probably do a little bit of fine tuning on your Hamsticks to get them to all behave together. But yeah, that's basically what it looks like to me. So it's a good call out. That's basically what it is. All right, yep, 73s again, and have a great night. All right, KB9JPN, Paul, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Control KB9JPN. I was just going to ask you, I have a handheld, Yaesu 70. I think it's a D70, but all I have is that rubber duck for an antenna, and I'm looking at trying to use an external antenna, and I'm not sure if I can do it, or if I have the capability to do it, because I would like to get out a little bit farther, maybe to Milwaukee. That control KB9JPN.
KB9JPN, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, net control. So, I would suggest, I'm looking at that, I think I'm looking at the radio you said you have. I would unscrew it, unscrew the Hamstick. I'm assuming it's SMA. I don't think it would be a BNC, not from the picture I'm seeing. I assume it's an SMA connector. It's either going to be a male or female on the antenna side, and so figure that out, and then go to Signal Stick. Probably some of the best whips that I know that are out there. If you're looking to put up a bigger antenna to connect to your HT, like a mobile radio antenna, or heck, even a Diamond X50. You can do that too, and then use a pigtail that does either the PL259 to SMA pigtail. I've got a couple of those that I use for that very same thing. I can plug my pigtail into my Anytone and then plug it into a port on my wall that goes to an antenna in my attic, and I can turn my HT into a pretty long-ranging HT. So you can do that too. So Amazon sells them. If you look up SMA pigtail, you'll find them, and then you just got to find the adapter on the other end that you need to connect to whatever antenna that you want, and then maybe some coax run to get you from your handheld to your antenna. Or you can use a mobile antenna instead of a bigger one. Or if you want to check out Hamstick, or is that what it's called? Signal Stick. Sorry, Signal Stick. Signal Sticks. Yeah, that's what it is. It comes from the company Signal Stuff. But they make a whole bunch of different whips, and I believe they're all ready. They're 2 meters and 70 centimeters. I believe they're already that. I don't know if they make tri-banders though. I'm not sure. So that would be another one that might get you a little bit farther. They're pretty good. It does say they have a list right on their website, Signal Stuff, for what Yaesu radios they fit, so you can go check and see. But they make them both in SMA male and SMA female, so hopefully that answers your question. Let me reset real quick. Yeah, so before I go ahead and bring it down to the bottom of the list, KB9JPN, did that answer your question? Go ahead.
Control this KB9JPN. Yes, it does. Thank you very much. KB9JPN clear.
All right, perfect. Okay, so with that, we are 7 minutes till the top of the hour here. So let me do one more call out here. Is there anybody else who would be interested in picking up the last round of the Wednesday night Elmer Net? Go ahead, come now, please. All righty, hearing none, we'll go ahead and bring it up to the top of the list. We've got a handful of people still on, and we are 7 minutes till the top of the hour. So I will leave it up to each and every one of you as we move through the list. If you want to 73s, you can, but you do not have to this round. We will 73 on the second round, but if you want to drop off now, you are more than welcome to. So. There was one other comment that I made at the very start about the question, specifically 23 centimeter capabilities, but the other one was 220, the 1 1/4 meter band. Is there anybody? Does anybody else do that? I haven't heard a ton of people on it. I've got mine set up. I chat on it with someone every day, and I sometimes put it on scan. And there are a handful of repeaters in the area, and it's a pretty interesting band to be on. So, would love to know if there's anybody else who have the capabilities to do 220 and what they think of it. So, I'll leave that, and then we'll start again here at the top with KD9YJJ. Dan, go ahead. Floor is yours.
89YJJ. Yeah, I just want to give a shout out and a thanks to Mike and then you, Jim, too, kind of figuring out about those Hamsticks and how 3 of them mounted on that mount would possibly work. I was just kind of thinking about it, but not going to get buried into it, I guess. I'll make this my 73s because I don't have anything else to add. Nothing with the 23 or 200. So 73s, everyone. Thanks for a great net. Take care, and hopefully we'll be on next week. KD9YJJ, back to net control.
All right, KD9YJJ, 73s. Thanks for swinging in tonight. Yeah, and we'll catch you next week. All right, KA9JBD. Mike, go ahead. Floor is yours.
KT9G and then that KA9JBD. Yeah, in regard to the Hamsticks, I actually own 2 for every HF band, 10 through 7580. I have one of those 3 magnet mounts to put on my vehicle, and I guess if I had to editorialize here, I would say that, and I believe you said this before, Jim, that every type of antenna is always a compromise. My biggest issue with the Hamstick Shark type antennas is that they have standby. Yeah, you have to tune them. You have to figure out what it is you want. Do you want to be on CW? Do you want to be on SSB? This is more of a thing for Gina there in the background. And they do have a somewhat narrow bandwidth. So, like I said, I have, 10 through 7580. I have two of each, one set for the CW bands, one set for the SSB bands, part of the band. So that would be my comment there. KT9G, back to net, K9JBD.
Yeah, KA9JBD, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, net control. That's a good call out. Yeah, they have a high Q, especially on those lower bands, on the lower frequencies like 80. So your trough, as it were, when you're looking at your SWR meter is pretty narrow. So your SWR will shoot up pretty high as you leave the frequency you've tuned to. So yeah, if you're doing something like POTA hunting and you're hunting for POTA activators on those bands or something, and someone calls in and you want to go back to them, and you got to go outside and tune your radio. Now, that being said, you may be able to get away with an internal tuner on your radio, but once it goes above 3, you're kind of out of luck, and those troughs are pretty sharp. So that is why I do know you're right. That's why they make individual ones for 75 and 80, because you're not going to get anywhere near that whole band, so they make individual ones for each. So good call out on that. Thanks. All right, KD9JTI. Greg, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Thank you. KD9JTI. 73 to everybody. Probably hopefully catch you next week. Same time, same channel. Right now I'm trying to install Fedora for the 4th time, I think. Why is that taking me so many times? Because I get so distracted and then I forget where I am, what I did, and what I'm doing, and I end up screwing up. So I gotta start all over again. Okay. Catch y'all next week.
KD9JTI. Kilo Tango 9 Golf. No worries. It's good practice. It's good practice. Be able to install Fedora in your sleep. Yeah, 73. Thanks for coming in, and we'll catch you next week. All right. W9GTZ. Jim, go ahead. Floor is yours.
W9GTZ. First of all, Jim, I had your phone number, and when I tried it Sunday, it was a bad number. I don't know how I ended up with a bad number. If you want to, if you just go to my QRZ page, my email is on there, and if you want to email me a phone number, I'll have it. If not, that's all right too. In regard to the dipole in the apartment, the one thing I'd be a little bit worried about is, especially if you're not just running QRP, is too much RF in the apartment and proximity to it. I would certainly want to do some RF tests in the apartment to make sure you're not endangering yourself. At that, I'll say 73s, and everybody have a good evening. W9GTC, clear.
W9GTZ, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, net control. That's a good call out. I actually was going to say something, but then I decided to just not. But that is something you can keep in mind. You can get RF burns depending on how much you're cranking out. So I would definitely not be running it, real close to you or right above the couch that someone's watching TV on or something. It could be you want to do it temporarily, and you're gonna have to play with it. But you could get an RF reader and figure out how much you're putting out. So there is always that. And then also one of the things about being a good ham operator is not interfering with your neighbors. Being in an apartment and then putting that inside of it and then blasting it, you might be causing someone else's TV or speakers to buzz or do weird stuff or interrupt signals for something else, or who knows. So there is always that in those situations. So just keep that in mind when you're setting everything up. So good call out, 73s. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I'll send you an email with a good number. I've got 2 phones, and one of them doesn't work when it doesn't have Wi-Fi. So depends on what number I gave you. There's always Meshtastic too. You can get me on there. So. All right, so yeah, 73s. Have a great night. All right, let's try Matt again. See if we can pick him back up. Kilo Bravo 9, Papa Romeo Charlie. Matt, are you still with us? Go ahead. Floor is yours. All right, I missed switching him over to not heard, but hopefully maybe if he can hear us. It was good having you on the net. Glad to have you back in the hobby. So. I don't know. If you can hear us, 73s, have a great night, and we'll hopefully pick you up next week. All right, N3NRO. Gina, go ahead. Floor is yours.
All righty, I'm going to make this my 73. I want to do some diamond art before I have to go to bed. But anyhow, thank you, everybody, for all the assistance and the comments. Definitely greatly appreciated. And RF was something I was worried about. And the last thing I want to do is interfere with someone's TV or something else here in the building. So I appreciate all the input. 73 to everybody. You guys all have a super fine one. Appreciate it. And 3NRO, back to net control.
And 3NRO, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, net control. Sounds good. Thanks for coming in tonight, and 73s to you as well. Have a great night. All right, K9MBM was checked out already. So KB9JPN, Paul, go ahead. Floor is yours. KB9JPN, Paul, are you still with us? Go ahead. I think the floor is yours. Okay, I'm not picking up Paul either, so I will mark him as well. So with that, we'll bring it to the bottom of the list, and we'll go back up to the top. We are 3 after, but there's only 3... Uh-oh. I think Gina said she was 73'd. I didn't mark hers checked out. So we got 2 left. So we'll go ahead and just wrap up with a 73 round here quick. KA9JBD, Michael, I have you as still checked in here. So if you want a 73, go ahead.
KT9G in the net, KA9JBD. Yeah, 73 to all. As always, it's been interesting. Didn't get so much of the zombie apocalypse go bag thing, but maybe next week, Jim. KA9JBD, 73 to all. Good night. KA9JBD, I'll be clear and listening.
Yeah, KA9JBD, Kilo Tango 9 Golf. Yeah, no worries. 73s, have a great night. I can spend 2 hours. We could spend 2 hours talking about a go bag. I love that topic. Every single little tiny piece of equipment that you can pack into a bag to make sure you can do every single thing that you want to do. You know, because there's just hundreds of things that you might not think about until you're out in the field and you're like, oh dang, and like, you know. So, like I said, it happened to me at POTA. So. All right. Yeah, thanks for coming in. We'll catch you next week. All right, KD9, JTI, Greg, go ahead. Floor is yours. 73 round.
I already won 73.
Oh, maybe you did. I must have misclicked, so I didn't click you. We were doing either or. You didn't have to if you didn't want to. So, but I think you're right. I think you did say you were 73. So 73 to you. Have a great night. And you did. I remember that now. I must not have clicked on the right thing here. I'm trying to keep track of everybody. All right. Okay, 73s, have a great night. So with that brings us down to the bottom of the list. Thanks, everybody. It was a great net. So before we go ahead and close out, is there anybody else out there with any last-minute business or late check-ins? Go ahead. Come now, please.
Yeah, KA9JBD in the form of the announcement.
Yeah, KA9JBD. Go ahead. Knock yourself out.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Yeah, just for anyone still listening, I will be doing the Fun Net on Saturday night at 7 p.m. local time. And because it is the Fun Net before Halloween, the topic will be Halloween-oriented, going on the Facebook page for 9-1 in the next few days. I will post the several things that we will be talking about on Saturday night at 7. K9JBD 73 is back to net.
K9JBD, Kilo Tango 9 Golf. Sounds good. Thanks. Facebook. Check Facebook's page, the MRC91 page, for information about what will be talked about on the Saturday Night Fun Night at 7 p.m. this week. So, all right. Anybody else with any late check-ins or last-minute business? Go ahead. Come down, please.
K9 TGM for a pleasure.
KD9 TJM, go ahead.
Yeah, Jim, I'm at work now on my normal, usual radio when I'm, semi-mobile. Hi. When I was on my way to work, because it's my regular mobile I've had in the car, you said I was quiet. Because where I was going was pretty much by the Marquette Interchange, and I know I've had the problems when I left the house, too. So was I, real quiet, or just my signal just wasn't really good? Go ahead.
It was kind of fading in and out, but if I have my audio scope at a minus 20 dB, and my voice right now is pegging the walls, yours was hardly making a line. It was probably about yeah. So I could tell you were talking. I could hear you. It was fading in and out a little bit. I could hear you saying things like, on my way to work. I could tell by the cadence of your speaking it was you. So, but I completely missed the call sign, and I missed, kind of every other word, but I was able to piece it together and kind of tell by the voice that it was you. That was the only reason I knew it was you. So, it was real quiet. Probably would have missed it if you were someone I didn't recognize. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, it just made me curious because I know I got that dead spot. I mean, you know where my QTH is at, so I'm just basically between, where 513 comes in strong and, that little dead area, for, all 2-meter operation pretty much. So, yeah, I was just curious. It was kind of an up and down thing, or it just wasn't good at all. So, all right, yeah, that's what I was curious about. So, KD9 TGM, yeah, I was in the background for the most of it, so didn't really catch anything, so I left a little bit later than I wanted to from home to get to work. So, all right, 73 is to all. I'll try to catch you guys next week.
All right, KD9 TJM, Kilo Tango 9 Golf. Sounds good. 73s. Hopefully catch you again. Okay, let me do one more just to make sure, and then we'll go ahead and close this out. Is there anybody else out there, any last-minute business or late check-ins? Go ahead and come now, please.
Kilo Delta 9 Alpha India Kilo Mobile, no traffic.
All right. Hey, the last call station, can you send me that one more time? I'm going to make sure I get you on the list. There's no traffic, just to get you as a late check-in. Go ahead.
Kilo Delta 9 Alpha India Kilo.
Okay, got you on there. All right, thanks. Anybody else? Late check-ins or last-minute business? Go ahead.
Kilo Charlie 9, Oscar November Golf. I've been listening to you guys for about a half hour. Just wanted to let you know I'm here.
All right, Kilo Charlie 9, Oscar November Golf. John, got you on there. Yeah, thanks. As I said in the beginning, we do record these nets, so if you come in late and you're interested about hearing what other people had to say earlier on in the net, you will be able to get those on our website, WI9MRC.org, when we get that set up. But I will be backloading all of the recordings. So, okay, so we are 10 after top of the hour after the net, so I'm going to go ahead and secure this net here at 1:10 p.m. And as always, thank you all for participating, and a reminder that this net, along with most other nets here on the 9-1 repeater, welcome new operators to experience net control operations by trying a net or two. If you wish to try acting as net control operators, please contact our club president, Karen, KC9WQJ, to participate. All the net scripts are on the club website for you to review. As I said, that's WI9MRC.org. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and return the repeater to normal amateur use. The time is 8:11 p.m. And as always, thank you for joining. This is Jim, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, and 73s.